Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to the Broncos Buzz on the MHRT network. This is a show that is everything Broncos and brought to you with emotion, passion, honesty, and of course, my comments, his comments, your comments in the chat. We are Broncos Buzz. I am your host, along with my co-host, Spence. I am Bronco Bill. Guys, thank you so much for being part of the show, in the chat and watching. Really do appreciate it. Guys, we are now in the month of December. Can you guys believe that? Month of December? By the way, I'm going to give a huge shout out to my grandson. His birthday is today. Julian, happy birthday, my grandson. 14 years old today. Good. Whoa. Like, I remember when he was born. Oh my goodness. 14 years old, man. Yeah, he's turning into quite a young, really great young man. He's quite a grandson, quite a person. Absolutely loves his sister, and who she turned 9 on November 9th. So she was 9 on the 9th. So we're having a joined grandkids birthday tomorrow at their place. So all right, thanks, Jack. I really appreciate that. Nice shout out to grandson. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, it's awesome. It's gonna be fun tomorrow. So we're gonna go there early and help set up and all that kind of good stuff. Anyways, before we start the show, Spence, how was your week?
It was good. It's been a little crazy the past 24 hours here in Casa de la Chaos, but it's a good week. It's already dark out here. I see all the Christmas lights on everybody's house. We're getting into the Christmas theme. Hope everybody out there is enjoying their winter time. Bill, how was your Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was fantastic. Spent it with the grandkids. So it's really nice. It really, I was thinking, I told my son, I'll tell this real quick. He's going to kill me, I know, but I told my son, I said, son, you got a daughter in November and you have a son in December. You weren't thinking about us for gifts and stuff? What the heck? You got them so close to Thanksgiving and Christmas? Come on. You got to plan better than that.
Let's see.
No, it's
9 months before that puts around Valentine's Day. Okay.
Yeah, well, No, but the whole thing, but you know what? In all honesty, I kid him a lot about that, but you know what? I really do enjoy it because it's around the holidays. Thanksgiving is a time of family and friends. Christmas is a time of family. So it's perfect that the granddaughter Valerie was born in November and Julian was born in December. It's perfect. It really is a fun time. Really is a fun time. So, son, if you're watching or you watch this later on, I always kid you about that, but it really is. It's a joy. It's really a joy to have those two as grandkids, and also to have a son and daughter-in-law as wonderful as they are. Okay, enough patting on the back. Jack Kenna, thank you so much for jumping in on the chat. Says, cheers, gentlemen. Thank you so much. David Yonkin says, evening Broncos country and Raiders Nation.
Yeah.
Wow. Including Jack in this. Okay, that's cool. Jack follows up by saying, Yonkin, hope you're feeling well, my friend. Yeah, absolutely. I really do hope so, David. I know you go through a lot. We don't know what it is exactly. That's none of our business, but really do hope you feel better and that your Christmas is joyful and just a time of good fellowship with your family. Okay. I already brought this up, but I brought it up, but I'll bring it up again. Happy birthday, Julian. That comes from Jack. Thank you so much once again. It's okay. It's okay, man. You missed my call. It's all right. Hey, you're a busy dude. It's okay, Jack. Totally fine, man. Totally fine. Human 216 says, bang, bang, Niner gang.
Amen. Okay. A San Francisco fan.
Wow. Okay. Way to go, man.
You forgot one. You forgot Levi. Levi said hello.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Sorry about that. Levi says hello.
Hey, Levi, how you doing? Who's your favorite team, Levi? Let us know.
Absolutely. Steve Shavelin says hi. I said, howdy. What's going on, man? And wrapping it up is Chester Marshall says hello. Hello to you too, my friend. Thank you so much, guys, for jumping in the chat, saying hello on a Friday, the first Friday of December. Only 20 days left till Christmas. Can you guys believe that? 20 days. That's less than 2. I mean, that's less than 3 weeks, guys. That's a day short of 3 weeks. That's insane. Because Christmas is on a Thursday and today is Friday. So, it's crazy, man. All right. We're going to get into the first topic. Oh my gosh. It was last Sunday. A game where I'm not sure about anybody else, but I felt like I lost 5 to 10 years of my life. That game was ridiculously close, way too close. And then to have it come down to a 2-point conversion try to win the game in overtime. Now, I thought for sure, excuse me, guys, I thought for sure the Washington Commanders would go to tie it up because there's still like 3 minutes left in the game. But apparently they didn't want to go and test their defense against the Broncos because if it was tied, the next score wins. Because in case you guys don't remember, the Broncos in overtime got the ball. Washington decided to kick off. Okay, they thought they could hold the Broncos to whatever. I don't know. But they kicked off. Denver went right down the field and scored a touchdown. I'm thinking, okay, we're golden. We're golden. All we got to do is stop them. No, not so fast. Spence will talk about that in a minute. But then the Redskins, Commanders, go down and score a touchdown. And there's like 3 minutes left in overtime. Do they go for 1 to tie it and next score wins? No, they go for 2 points. And oh my gosh, defensive player of the week, in my opinion, is Nick Benio. Jumped up to, there was a wide open receiver, wide open running back that came out. There was a pick play that they didn't call in the end zone. Incidental, whatever, I don't care. A pick play is a pick play. Running back is wide open. If that ball goes over Benito's hands, Broncos lose the game. Benito jumped up, must have been 3-4 feet off the ground, it looked like, and deflected that pass. Broncos won the game 27-26. Insane, absolutely incredible. But Spence, go ahead and tell everybody what you thought about that Redskin drive. Excuse me, we're out of command. Drive that tied the game.
All I can say is this: I ran out of my heart medication during that game. What a game! But let's give hats off to all sides of the ball. First, offense. The offense for the first 3 quarters played like a great offense. They had 2 field goals, they had 2 touchdowns, and a punt. Mm-hmm. What happened to the fourth quarter that we've become so accustomed to these guys? Fourth quarter comes around, interception, 3 punts, 0 points. This is the first game that they've been outscored in the fourth quarter since the Charger game back in week 3. So wow. We had something that was a little unusual there. But offensively, Bo Nix, 29 for 45 for 321, a touchdown, interception. Running game was 23 for 87 yards. Okay, respectable. The offense did what it needed to do to produce, and they got 27 points. Defensively, I think either A, these players were not prepared for this game, or B, Vance Joseph did not have a good game plan because there was just wide open receivers everywhere. And where I think I lost my mind, and I texted you, Bill, and Madungus and everybody else, a minute to go in the game, 3rd and 25. You have the Redskins, Commanders, backed up, and you play a prevent defense. Mm-hmm. Now, I'd understand if it was 4th and 25 you did that, but it's 3rd and 25. Attack, keep attacking. What happens? You let a 19-yard down and out with no defense get caught. Guy gets out of bounds. They get time to put together a play for 4th down, get that 4th down. Mm-hmm. This is, and what was our main topic last week? Vance Joseph for head coach. Mm-hmm. Not when you make decisions like that. So I think the Broncos as I've said, they play up to their competition. They play down to their competition. I don't think they were really prepared defensively for this game. They got the win. They got out of there. Whatever fingernails you guys have left, hopefully they grow back. But I would just say this. One thing we have all at this network have asked for is a complete game from start to finish against a playoff caliber team. Mm-hmm. Now, the Redskins are not the playoff caliber team, nor was Dallas, nor was Cincinnati. But coming up this last 5 games, 5 games?
Four of the 5.
Last 5 games.
Yeah, but 4 of the 5 have.
You're playing against playoff caliber teams. Sorry, Jack. I know your Raiders are not there yet, but the Broncos have got to show something. Now, there is a scenario where if the Broncos win and I think Houston loses, the Broncos can clinch a playoff spot this weekend based on some numbers and some other stuff. That being said, because we've got victory over Houston, so we win that tiebreaker. Bottom line is this. I'm happy we got the win. Nick Bonito, you are our hero. We got out of Washington on the East Coast at 11 o'clock at night, their time, got out of there with a victory, and we got back home. Yeah. Now let's prepare for the Raiders. And not Vance Joseph, do not underestimate the Raiders here at all.
Nope. David, no freaking way, dude. David in the chat pops in, says he has heart and lung issues. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, David, feel better. I hope everything works out for you. Hopefully it's not any type of bad pneumonia, and it's something you can recover from.
Yeah, I don't either. David, I wish you all the best, my friend. Thoughts and prayers go to you very, very seriously. Very, 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 very much so. Put that way. It's me, says, I don't know how the Broncos have made it this far. You know what? I really don't either. I really don't either. How?
I know 3 things. 1, a weaker than expected schedule. They played a 3rd place schedule. 2, a defense that was built or put together to really dominate. And 3, a cultural aspect where they they want to win. Look at some of the top teams from last year who lost their mojo. Detroit, they got a win last night, but they haven't been beating teams they should have. Kansas City is, I think, 0-6 this year in 1-score games. They've lost their mojo. The Bills, they've got their issues. The Eagles, they haven't looked good lately. So it's a mojo.
They better look good Monday night, because I want them to beat the freaking Wagglers. That's for sure.
Oh, we might be going to that game.
Really? You guys might?
We might be going to that game.
Who's we?
Aiden, my son, and a few people I know with the Genesis Invitational Golf Tournament.
Oh, that's right. It's in LA. I kept thinking it was in Philadelphia. I'm like, you're going? Yeah, it's in LA. That's right.
Yeah, road trip to Philly. Yeah.
Yeah, in the dead of winter. That'd be fun.
No,
that's cool, dude. That's cool. That'd be great, man.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic. Anyways, go back, just finish up what you're saying.
So here, when I don't know how the Broncos have made it this far, we have seen this culture develop. We have seen the next man up. We've seen the attitude of the Broncos change. That's why they're doing it so well. And you want a great example of unselfishness to help the team out? Look at Nick Bonito. He could have gone for the gold mine, but he took a reasonable contract extension so that the Broncos would have enough money to maintain other assets. That is the culture the Broncos are building right now, because they want to build a legacy here, not one and done and be out of here.
Right. Jack says he's got to get out of here and go and be on a show called 93 Nav for a bit. Yep. Hopes he gets back. That's okay. That's all right. Hey, you know what? You could just kick us to the curb. It's okay, Jack. I mean, I get it.
Hey, no,
Okay.
I've been on that other show before. You know what? I
good.
respect Nav.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I'm just giving Jack a hard time.
Amen.
David Youngkin says that bye week bit the defense in the butt. Absolutely, it did.
Yes,
absolutely. Because we had momentum going, and when you've got momentum going, the last thing you want to do is take a break.
Amen.
because you get out of the rhythm, you get out of the sync, and all that kind of stuff. So it's never a good thing. But thank goodness we came out with that win. Holy smokes, man! That would have been crushing, devastating. Chewy's Raider coverage says, salute fellas, what is up? Jimin says, hi guys. I say, what's happening, Jimin? How you doing, man?
All good, Jimin. I'm knocking my camera off here.
All right. Sounds great, man. Glad to have each and every one of you in the chat. Thanks so much for your support every single Friday. Love it. Big time. All right. The main topic of the show is Sutton gets in the history books. What did Courtland Sutton do? Make that catch in the end zone when Bo Nix is falling down and almost touches the knee on the ground, but doesn't, keeps his poise, fires a strike to Courtland Sutton. Well, that was part of what got him to history. Here it is. You think you guys are going to really like this. Last Sunday, Courtland Sutton gained a milestone by crossing the 6,000-yard receiving with his 5 catches for 62 yards and, yes, the aforementioned the touchdown. Sutton became the 3rd fastest player in Broncos history to reach 6,000 yards in his 110th career game. The 2 receivers ahead of him, Courtland Sutton's number 3. Number 2, Rod Smith. He did it in 95 games.
Yep.
And Spence, I'm going to throw this out to the chat. Guys in the chat, who do you think is the number 1 fastest Broncos receiver to eclipse 6,000 receiving yards? If you guys can name it, I'll give you 10 seconds. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, we can get copyright for that. I better not do that.
Yeah.
Anybody out there have an idea who that person may be? This person did it in under 95 games. By a lot under 95 games.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Spence. Who do you think it is?
I want to say DT, but I don't think
so.
So.
There it is. Demaryius Thomas, the number 1 fastest Broncos receiver to 6,000 receiving yards, is none other than the great late Demaryius Thomas. Guess how many games he did it in? Rod Smith, 95. Courtland Sutton, 110. How many games do you think?
For DT?
Yes.
78.
Woo! Very close. 76. 76 games. Can you believe that?
I just heard my son go 6'7".
Can you believe that? 76 games. Rod Smith, 95. And Courtland Sutton, 110?
Well, you want to know something? Courtland Sutton could have done it a lot faster if he had if he had Bo Nix.
Well,
yeah.
True. We had those horrible quarterbacks for 9 years, 8 years?
Well, which is going to be interesting. Now, Courtland Sutton, I'm happy he has this record and he did that. He's on the final year of his contract, isn't he?
Who? Courtland?
Courtland.
I think so.
So
either this year or next year, one of the two.
So I'm hoping that he wants to continue the legacy here and be.
You know, who did DT have as a quarterback for most of his career? Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
That guy was lighting it up, man. And then you got Rod Smith with John Elway.
With Elway.
And then poor Courtland Sutton has got Flacco. Oh. He's got Russell Wilson. I mean, seriously, guys, can you have a worse time to try and get to 6,000 yards You got these quarterbacks.
Flacco was okay. He wasn't
Yeah.
spectacular. He was, but
he's not John Elway or Peyton Manning.
He was better than Russell.
But you know what?
You know what? Not happy with me doing the convulsions.
But in all honesty, in all fairness, for Courtland Sutton to do what he's done, even in 110 games with those quarterbacks that he had to endure. Oh, sweet. David Yarkin said Courtland Sutton just resigned. I didn't hear that. That's awesome. All right. Sweet, man. But if you think about it, though, for him to be the third quickest to 6,000 receiving yards with those quarterbacks that were not consistent. I mean, not on the team consistently. They quarterback come in, then they leave. They come in, then they. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty good. Rudy, my brother-in-law from Vegas, said, "Yo, what's up?" He said, "William," meaning me, I guess. I mean, my thing says Bronco Bill, but anyways, William is sitting on his last year. That is what Spence said. I know you call him Steve, but whatever.
4-year, $92 million.
He signed?
He signed.
Nice. So, 4 years, 92. Sweet. So he's locked up. And then he's locked up. We've got PS2's locked up. We've got we just talked about
Benito's
Nick Benito's locked up.
So you can see what's happening here is that the culture is trying to build and establish themselves and keep the leadership in the responsible positions and being a part of the team. Yeah. Because you can see the chemistry is really strong right now with the veterans here.
Now I got a question. With those guys all locked up and the culture being what the culture is now, which is exactly what Sean Payton wanted to bring to the Broncos, bring that culture back, bring that Mike Shanahan winning culture. Well, I got something about Shanahan later on. Holy smokes. To bring that attitude back, that winning attitude of not going 9 seasons by not winning the division or getting back to the playoffs and all that bad karma. Bringing back the culture. Peyton only has 3 more years left in his contract after this one, correct? Or is it only 2? Because he signed a 5-year contract, and I believe, wait a minute, this is his 3rd year. It's twice with Bo Nix and 1 with your favorite quarterback, Russell Wilson.
No.
So therefore, he's only got 2 left. So my question is this. Does he re-sign with the Broncos?
Oh, yeah.
Or does he walk away and say, hey, 5 years is good enough. You guys are now on your own. You can take over yourself. I built this thing up.
He is signed through 2027, but
that's only 2 more years.
2 more years, but this is a chance to really develop another legacy. Yes, he had a great legacy down with the Saints, and they won a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. This is a chance. How would you like to be a coach to have 2 substantial legacies in the NFL?
True.
You can't. I'm trying to. Dick Vermeil is probably one of the only ones that comes to right away with Philadelphia and with the St. Louis Rams.
Dick Vermeil won a Super Bowl with the Eagles?
No, he didn't, but he went to a Super Bowl.
Okay.
But the Eagles his Eagles during the time that he was in Philadelphia were always in the playoffs, always conference champions, always making headway, and were right there, but just never took that big step. Then he went with the St. Louis Rams and had the greatest show on turf.
Right, absolutely.
So
Jimmy wants to know. He says, David, you're a channel member now? Yes, he is. Absolutely, he is. Yes, he is. And you guys can be a member too if you would like to. Brad says, good evening, my fellow Bronco fans. How are we doing today heading to the black hole to beat the Raiders in Vegas? Yeah, well, let's hope that does happen. Let's hope that does happen.
Here's the question you have to ask yourself, Brad. Which Raider team is going to show up? A Raider team that wants to win, or a Raider team that wants to maintain their second overall draft pick?
Yeah, true. Now, David has a really good question. This is for you, Spence. I'll throw it your way. Says, just wondering if all the contracts being signed is because the Broncos know Vance Joseph might be leaving. What are your thoughts?
Honestly, if I was any potential leadership with any team looking for a head coach, and I saw how the Broncos defense performed in Washington, Vance Joseph probably needs another year being a defensive coordinator.
Yeah. Well,
I still, all of us, go back in your mind, 3rd and 25 with a minute to go in the game. And you play
in regulation,
and you play a prevent defense. Really? Hey, I understand if it was 4th and 25, but 3rd and 25, you're going to let them get most of those yards back, so it's a short 4th down. Nah, I have to disagree with that decision by BJ. And that's, what makes a successful head coach is the aggression that you have on both sides of the ball. And when you have your opponent down in the dumps, you keep pushing and pounding.
Put your foot on their throat, man. Put your foot on their throat, man.
Yeah. And honestly, that hurt Vance Joseph.
Yeah.
If I'm a team owner and I see that guy not going for the knockout, really?
Yeah. Yep.
So,
going back to Rudy's very first comment, it says, hi, Bill and Spence. He said Spence and not Steve. I'm impressed.
Wait a minute, Rudy. A drink for you.
Yeah, he said Spence and not Steve. That's impressive. David has a really good thought too. If the Broncos make it to the Super Bowl, let's hope so, Sutton might want to sign a team-friendly contract to stay here until he retires. But if he's already signed a contract, he can't sign another one, can he?
No.
He can't just like redo it. So, but maybe he's talking about afterwards, like when his contract is up again, saying, "Hey, that was fun. Let's do it again," kind of thing.
Yep.
Was Sutton was on the team when the Broncos won Super Bowl 50 or no?
No.
Oh no, that was 9 years ago, Bill. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Things that make you go,
Wow. Zach Waldy says Redskins will win the 2027 Super Bowl. Could happen.
Hey.
They looked good last year in the playoffs.
And Jaden Daniels is supposedly coming back this week. Supposedly.
Yeah.
So,
and I like the way Zach Waldy said Redskin or Wild. Okay, whatever. I'm sorry. I don't mean to pronounce your name wrong. I'm glad you said Redskins because it really never should be Commanders. That's just freaking stupid. And Jim says Vance might want to stay to win a Super Bowl. Well, if the Broncos, let's just fast forward and throw it out there. If they win it this year, does Vance say, okay, let's try and repeat like John Elway did in 97, 98? Or does he get a very, very good offer because the Broncos did win the Super Bowl? I don't know. It's one of those questions that we won't know until that time happens. Brad says Vance Joseph is not going anywhere because he dipped his toe in the head coach and did it work. So he is definitely not leaving, gentlemen. Well, I hope not.
Yeah, and like I discussed last week, there are people who are offensive whizzes or defensive whizzes or special team whizzes. To take that next step to head coach, you've got to be a superior mind. You've got to be able to control that locker room. You've got to make some of the worst and toughest decisions for the benefit of the team. You've got to be a powerful voice. You got to be smart. You got to be aggressive. And I like Vance Joseph. I think he's good as a defensive coordinator, as a head coach. If I'm a team owner or a general manager, I don't see that killer instinct you need to take that next step. So
Good point. Jack Kenneth says, talking about the Raiders, only a pride win. If the Raiders win for a short moment, I want long term to compete. So in other words, basically, I think what he's saying, Jack, if I can, put words in your mouth, I think what he's saying is if the Raiders win, okay, it's only a pride win. We beat the number one team in the AFC West, potentially AFC period. But it's only for a short moment. He wants the long term. So I get that. So basically, Jack, do us all a favor and get a hold of Pete Carroll and tell him to throw the game. Throw the freaking game. We need to win. We need this win, dude.
This is a great comment.
Zach says Peyton Manning was more valuable to the Broncos than John Elway.
Oh, now here's the thing.
Mike Madugas and I go round and round this, and I say John Elway as a Bronco was I would take him any day of the week over Peyton Manning. And here's the reason why, real quick, Spence. The main reason why I would take John Elway over Peyton Manning is this. Peyton Manning came to the Broncos already established as a winning quarterback. Therefore, the expectations were high, and they were profound. He came through 2 Super Bowls in 4 years. He signed a 5-year contract, but he only played 4. So therefore, he went to 2 Super Bowls, won 1, and never lost or never was anything less than the top seed in the AFC West. That being said, John Elway came in as a rookie, lined up behind the left guard at one point in time, and went to 4 Super Bowls and lost 4. But he also went back-to-back. Peyton Manning never did that. He went back-to-back and turned out to be a winning general manager in Super Bowl 50. Okay? Does that make John Elway better in the long run? In my opinion, yes, because where he came from to where he ended up. Peyton Manning came to the Broncos already established as a solid winning quarterback. Now, if you want to say what did Peyton Manning do in 4 years and take 4 years of John Elway? Okay. 97, 98, 96, 97, 98, 99. Okay? I'm just saying, guys, everybody has their own opinion, and that's all well and good. I'll tell you as I finish this and throw it over to Spence. I don't care. We had both of them, and we got Super Bowls with both of them. So I'm good with either one. All right? I'm good with either one. What do you think, Spence?
No, and Zach, I appreciate your opinion here. Peyton Manning was, and I don't want to make this reference, but I think Peyton Manning was a blip in the legacy of the Denver Broncos, whereas John Elway was here for 15 years. He established a legacy, a transformative legacy with the Denver Broncos, taking them from a struggling team to a prominent team that was competitive for 15 years. They were always there in the division, in the playoff runs, everything. Even after John Elway retired, the legacy of the Broncos still continued. So I give the legacy edge to John Elway over Peyton Manning from a transformative aspect for the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, Jack seems to agree with you. Jack, as a Raider fan, says, as an outsider, I'd say Manning is a better quarterback. John Elway means more to the Bronco team.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And
now what makes Peyton Manning better than John Elway? Cerebral, the way he can analyze the defense. It can't be his arm, because John Elway's arm was like a rocket. He doesn't scramble like Elway did. So what would make Peyton Manning not more valuable, but a better quarterback than Elway? That's always been my question. What makes him better?
I think you just answered it. Peyton Manning knew and understood defenses, I think, better than John Elway does.
Yeah.
John Elway had that rifleman attitude. I'm just going to gun it in there. Peyton Manning had that chessboard strategic maneuvering around, look for the advantages, thinking strategically and all that stuff. So when it came to the thought process of the game, I think Manning was better. when it came to the longevity and to the stamina of the game, Elway was better.
Yeah. You just go back to Super Bowl 32, where he does that whirly bird. He wanted that first down so bad, he was sacrificing everything. So yeah, I mean, it's really a good topic to discuss. No answer is wrong. Elway was great. Manning's great. They're both in the Hall of Fame. There's the answer right there. They're both in the Hall of Fame.
And honestly, it's just which era did you become more attached to the Broncos in? You and I became attached to the Broncos in the late 70s, early 80s, so we grew up attached to John Elway. More Bronco fans may have been more attached when Peyton Manning came over to them. So it's just how you became attached to the organization.
Real quick, while we're on this topic, I just remembered. Guys, if you have Netflix, John Elway's documentary that he recorded, I believe, a month or so ago, it's called John Elway. I believe it's just called John Elway documentary, or John Elway, the life of something like that. It's going to debut on Netflix this December 22nd. Guys, don't miss it. I watched the trailer. Go on YouTube, watch the trailer. Oh my gosh. He talks about things. Well, not in the trailer, but he says that he talks about things in the documentary he's never mentioned in person to anybody other than his immediate family and whatnot. It's going to be fascinating. He's going to go through the entire career of how he started, the ups and downs, the behind the scenes, so to speak, the family situation, the breakup and the divorce with Janet, the whole situations. He's laying it out there. They asked him, why are you doing this? Why did you come out and say all these things? And his answer was beautiful. Well, no, not that's not what he said, but what he said was, and I would agree with this. He says, I'm doing it as a legacy for my children, my grandchildren, and possibly my great grandchildren. I want them to know the struggles and effort and the drive that I had to try and be the best I possibly could be in the NFL. I thought that was fantastic. Guys, don't miss it. I know I'm not going to miss it. December 22nd. I don't know what time or whatever, or what day. I mean, I know the day, but I don't know if it's released at a certain time. But December 22nd, this month, John Elway's documentary will be debuted on Netflix. If you guys got it, got to check it out. All right. What'd you flash up there?
No, let's go to Linebacker U. Linebacker U, thank you so much. Elway was the Broncos until they got Boss Hog, T. Davis.
Terrell Davis. Yes. I would say you're probably right. Broncos don't win Super Bowl 32 or 33. Well, they don't win 32 without Terrell Davis.
Right.
But in my opinion, they don't win 33 without John Elway.
Exactly.
So there you go.
Because Terrell Davis was battling headaches.
Migraines. But that was 32. But in 33, the Atlanta Falcons said they were not going to let Terrell Davis beat him. So John Elway did. So
yep.
There you go. There you go. All right.
Manning was so great, he took the Colts to one Super Bowl. Well, it wasn't Manning's fault that the defense couldn't stop anybody and that the defense couldn't stop the Patriots. I mean, the Patriots were the Achilles heel for the Colts. So, you know, they have that. And Jimin, love your comment here. Manning knew the game inside out. Elway had more talent, a rocket arm, and could run and wasn't afraid to get hit. Therein lies. That's a great analysis. Like I also said, where Elway was just the power and ram it and just try to throw a steel rod into a little thumb hole, where Manning was the chess player. He tried to figure out everything about everybody and know all their weaknesses. Two unique individuals and two unique quarterbacks who was great that the Denver Broncos had as part of our legacy.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more, man. Good point. Good point.
Oh, hang on here. Good question. Which Broncos team was the greatest? Wow. Oh my God.
Offense, defense, or complete game?
Let's just complete team, because that team in 98.
That won the Super Bowl
Yeah.
against Atlanta?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you want to know something about that year? If the Minnesota Vikings, who went 15-1, had beaten the Falcons and Broncos and Vikings played the Super Bowl, I don't think Denver wins that game. I don't think Denver wins. No, you had Randy Moss on that team. That was an absolute 15-1, dude. Come on, you're 15-1. No,
get a kicker.
I know. Yeah, the kicker. I would say, okay, real quick before we move on to the next topic, I would say best defensive team, because I can't say overall. Best defensive team was Super Bowl 50.
Yeah.
2015. Best offensive team, Super Bowl 33. That year.
I would agree.
But
I'll say this.
Yeah.
We make the Super Bowl this year and win it. That best defense may have a little competition.
Yeah, but you can't take anything away from Von Miller.
No.
And what was the guy on the other end? Von Miller and
the Dallas Cowboy.
Yeah, he came from Dallas. Why just me? Can't remember the name.
Hang on, linebacker. 1977 was the best.
Ooh, that was a great team. That went to Super Bowl too. That was against the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys, who rolled all over them.
Yeah.
So, but
that
no,
was a good team.
No, linebacker.
Oh, wow. DeMarcus Ware.
Yeah. Good call.
Yeah. Doomerville was good. Elvis, I'm telling you guys, the Broncos have had. That's what angers me about the Hall of Fame. They don't put these guys in. They just don't. I don't get it. Before John Elway joined Denver, they were a laughingstock and nowhere to be heard from. John Elway put Denver Broncos on top, became a popular team, never wore any other jersey too. Absolutely. That's another thing, Dylan.
And that's what the legacy aspect that I spoke of, that John Elway.
I'm sorry, that's from Ed. That's from Edwin.
Yeah, where John Elway was a transformative legacy player. He may not have had all the wits and all the knowledge that Manning had, but he was so transformative that he left an impression on the league for many years to come.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, speaking of wide receivers and what we were talking about with Demaryius Thomas and Rod Smith and Courtland Sutton, the Broncos added another wide receiver. Because I'm a Bronco fan, we are building. We're putting the building blocks into place. Okay. And you may not be a starter right away, but I think this is a good acquisition.
Oh, yes.
The Denver Broncos have signed wide receiver Elijah Moore from the Buffalo Bills practice squad. Buffalo Bills officially released him, and placed him on the Broncos practice squad. Moore had 9 catches for 112 yards and 1 rushing touchdown this season with Buffalo in 9 games. Now, is that a good signing? Is that an assurance signing? Or do you think he's going to find playing time in any of the last 5 games that the Broncos play?
So I did research on him, and he's a speed demon. So what do we need? What do we really need down on the field is someone who can run the post and outrun everybody on the post. Is he someone who could come in right now and be so? There's a reason why the Browns traded him and the Bills let him go. He's done.
That was from linebacker U. Now, wait a minute. Okay. The Browns, who's their head coach of the Browns? They're not doing too well, right? Buffalo Bills, they're not doing too well this year either. We got Sean Payton. Sean Payton can take him and elevate him to the next level. His speed is gone after he fractured his ankle 2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, linebacker, you beat me to my point.
Do we need speed? How about agility?
We need speed, but here's the thing. If you get released by the Buffalo Bills, who are an offensive-minded team, what does that say about you, part of the culture or physically, or just is something not adding up? Or was he not getting an opportunity with the Bills and asked for his release? I don't know. He's on the practice squad. Let's see what happens. Now, here's the other thing. PS2 really spoke highly of him. PS2 and him used to play Little League Baseball together. So they know each other and they've had a relationship. So is this something where a better culture is going to help him be a better receiver? I'm hesitant in saying, oh my God, he's going to help us, because what you said, linebacker, he fractured his ankle back in 2023. I've had 2 reconstructive surgeries on my left ankle. I don't play basketball anymore. I don't do any hard surface. I play a ton of beach volleyball, but once you have a surgery on an ankle, it's never the same. Any doctor will tell you, you go from 100% easily down to 80%. Let's see what he can do for the team. Is this a change of environment that may help him? In Sean, we trust. So that's
maybe he make it. Maybe he can just catch those short passes or down and outs, a little slant or something. Who knows? I mean, put him in there as a decoy. I mean, what the heck? Calvin Barrett, nice to have you in the chat. Thank you so much for showing up. Really do appreciate it. He says he's a sad Giants fan. They keep on losing. But he comes up and says, well, at least we won over the Eagles, and the Eagles lost to the Cowgirls. Well, there you go.
So Calvin, I want to ask you an honest question. Do you think the firing of your coach was justified? Because I don't think so. You guys had so much momentum. Like the Broncos, we had to go through a learning experience of losing those close games. You guys were in so many of the games, but you just couldn't finish. That's learning. I don't think it was your head coach's fault. I think it was your GM's fault, who brought that disease, that cancer, that Russell Wilson. I think you made a great draft pick with Dart. I see a very positive future for the Giants. They just need to get a coach who will take them to the next step. I liked your head coach. I think he should have been given a full season chance with Dart. But tell us what you think about that.
David, hope you're gonna feel better soon, bud. Really do have you in my thoughts and prayers for sure.
Russell Wilson has the only reason he's hung on too long is because GMs are stupid enough to think he can help a franchise or an organization. Russell cares only about 3 people: himself, and himself.
Me, myself, and I, right?
Yep. Yeah. Russell Wilson is a cancer. All right. If there's ever, you want to create a stage 5 cancer, that's who Russell Wilson is to any football team.
Yep, no doubt. Okay, let's go through some of these other topics. All right, I'm going to bring this one in because it involves the AFC West, and it definitely could help with the Broncos, hanging on to the top spot in the AFC West. Here we go. The LA Chargers, play the Philadelphia Eagles, speaking of them, on Monday night. However, Justin Herbert fractured his non-throwing hand last week against the team we play Sunday, the Raiders. He is now listed as day-to-day. So if he plays and they have it all taped up or a slight cast or something on there, you don't think the Eagles are going to go hard after hitting him? You don't think the Eagles are going to do whatever they can to disrupt him and cause him discomfort? I don't know if you saw any of the game, Spence, after Herbert fractured his left hand. Every time he was going back to pass, he was going to get hit. He always put his hand way up here, like, don't hit this, and he's telegraphing. Hey, it's hurt. I would go after that thing. I would grab it and twist it like a freaking pretzel. Okay, you got 15. I don't care. You're done, dude. You're done. It's not my team, Cairo. It's not my team or my man. But does that make sense? I mean, if the guy's going to play injured, don't you think they're going to go after him, knock him down, try and pin him down, get his arm pinned underneath him? The Eagles have to win this game, not because I want them to, although it's because I want them to, but they have to if they want to make the playoffs and a push to win that division. They have to stay strong. It's in LA, like you said, you might be going. Do you think the Eagles go after Herbert and his injured hand? Number two, do you think the Eagles have a chance to beat the Wagoners this Sunday?
So let's see how your second favorite team, the Bolts,
Vikings look like crap.
Okay, played against the AFC West or NFC East. They lost to the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
They let's see.
The Cowboys, did they play them?
Commanders beat them.
Yeah. They don't play the Cowboys, right?
They haven't played the Cowboys yet.
Or do they?
And we're going to the football game, and I'll tell you this. Each time I have gone to a Chargers football game, they have lost.
Wow. Ooh. Linebacker you says the best thing for the Wagoners is Herbert gets hurt and they put in Lance. With Lance, Harbaugh can run his actual offense he wants. Ooh. Maybe I don't want him out then.
Oof.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I see where you're coming at, linebacker, and it's just I worry about Lance and his throwing. He has a tendency to throw bad picks at the wrong time. So you know what? It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
That's Monday night, guys. So the Broncos will definitely know where they stand. I mean, obviously, if the Broncos win, doesn't matter what the Wagoners or Chiefs do. Doesn't matter. But Tim Tebow was never given a chance by the Broncos to be great. Zach, I would absolutely 1,000% agree with you. I would absolutely agree with you. And here's the reason why I agree with you. Because as soon as the Broncos lost that game to the Patriots, after beating, that was crazy. After beating, I don't know how that happened. After beating the Steelers on that great overtime throw from Tebow to Demaryius Thomas, the late Demaryius Thomas, John Elway couldn't wait to kick Tim Tebow off the team, literally. Yeah. I mean, you could see Elway on the sideline. He's like, yeah, he wasn't really into it. He didn't like. He said, I don't know if he said or not, but his attitude was kind of like he's not a typical, NFL quarterback. Doesn't matter. He won games. He absolutely won games. Do I think the Broncos could have ever won a Super Bowl with him? I don't know. He wasn't on the team long enough. I have no clue. But the point I'm trying to make is I agree with you, Zach. I don't think the Broncos gave Tim Tebow the what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think they gave him the respect. I really don't think they gave him the respect that he deserved. And you know what? Tim Tebow's been so good about it. He never put the Broncos down. He said, thank you so much for the opportunity. He never once said anything. And of course, that goes back to his faith and his belief and trust in God. So all of that has to do with it. That being said, I totally agree with you, Zach. Broncos never gave Tim Tebow, in my opinion, his rightful respect and spot that he should have deserved.
I'd say this, John Elway, a gunslinger. So he cared more about quarterbacks who could throw the ball like a bullet. Then why did you bring Peyton Manning to the team, John? Oh, you wanted to win. Tim Tebow in college was a winner.
Oh no. Why? Okay, you know what? Hang on. Carry the show a bit. I'm gonna jump out. I'm at
go. I'm
at 10:20 on thing. I think that's what's doing it. So hang on.
All right.
Let me jump
back.
Well,
Bill fixes everything here. I will go catch up on the comments here. Bill, don't insult your Bolts. Come on, man. Yeah, we all know his
All right.
hidden love there. J36912. Speaking about first place, I guess you are a Bears fan, Jay. So you know what, Jay? I'm going to tell you this. I have seen
Bears looking
Williams.
good.
Well, they're fortunate because
They're
I have
looking
seen,
good though, dude.
but Williams, out of 33 quarterbacks, he has got the lowest completion percentage of the top 33 quarterbacks in the league. I've seen Williams here for USC. He's great against weaker teams, against 500 teams, but when he gets up against the big boys, he's going to crumble. You know what? Jay, I hope things happen. It'd be interesting to see if you guys win out and have that number 1 seed. So we'll
Yeah,
go
that would be interesting.
No, Bill Spence. He does not watch Bolts games like you being a Bolt fan.
No, I want to know what our AFC West teams are doing. That's why. Let's go to something better than that. How about this? Eagles go to LA and pull the plug on a wagon of his playoff hopes. Fly, Eagles, fly. Fly, Robin, fly. Oh, that's a different song. Never mind. How about what's that Eagles song? That not Eagles song. The Fly Like an Eagle. There you go. Hey, fly like an eagle to the sky. Fly like an eagle. Yeah,
Well,
see, there you go. We got to be singing that on Sunday, brother. That's what we'll be singing. Fly like an eagle. There you go. Last time I checked, Edwin, what are the chances of Denver Broncos going to the Super Bowl? I think the chances were at the beginning of the year, I think they were 2,500 to 1. Now I think they're, last time I checked, I believe, I could be wrong. You can look it up, Spence, on the internet if you want. I believe it was 950 to 1.
So to win the AFC.
No, get there. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, to win the AFC. Let's see. In Denver Broncos to win AFC.
Hey, Cairo, what do you mean we got mental problems? Spence, you and Bill have mental problems.
Yeah.
What the heck are you talking about?
Why do you think we're Bronco fans? We're mental. I'm happy to have mental problems. We live here in California. Everybody has mental problems. You know what? Cairo, welcome to the family. Grab a beer, enjoy.
Because we're Bronco fans, we're mental?
You want to know something? Life is a mental problem.
Oh, there you go. Linebacker, I think you nailed it on the head. Tim Tebow didn't get a chance because the NFL was not open to the RPO offense as of yet.
Yeah. Well, and also, I hated when.
Well, they had what's the name? They had Michael Vick. He was a running guy.
Yeah, but no, I hated that the ESPN so many times did this. Well, the Tim Tebow has the longest arm swing and the slowest and takes 1.5 seconds to throw the ball where everybody else is this. You know what? People find a way to bash people who win. Tim Tebow was a winner, and he brought a winning culture. And I'm sad that he couldn't get past Tom Brady and the Patriots, but Tim Tebow brought a winning attitude, and that's what you need.
Exactly. You know what's funny? Go back and look at all the games that Tim Tebow won in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And people are saying, well, it's because he never did anything in the first three quarters. Hold on a second. Go back and watch some of the Bronco games this year.
Yeah.
Giants. Sorry about that, about the Giants. Because I know there's a Giant fan in the chat.
Calvin
Broncos came back. Broncos came back in the fourth quarter with 33 points. I'm not saying Tebow could have done that. I'm just saying the Broncos came back this year in the fourth quarter. How many fourth quarter wins did the Broncos have this year? Oh, but that's okay because it's Bo Nix. It's not that guy, Tim Tebow, who can't do anything in the first three quarters. No, it's Bo Nix. It's not Bo Nix's fault in the first three quarters. Come on, guys. I mean, it's the exact same thing. But because Tebow is more NFL style, then Bo Nix is more NFL style than Tim Tebow, it's okay. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You know what? I like this, what linebacker said. Tebow never stood a chance when, go back to this one.
Yep.
You put prime Tebow in Baltimore or Philly, and they have a dynasty.
Yep.
There you go. I agree. And then this one too. Brad says Tebow was a national championship with the Gators. Okay. You're right. He was. So why could that translate to the NFL? He was doing the same style. I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but against the Miami Dolphins in the fourth quarter with like 5 minutes left in the game, Denver is trailing 12-0. Tebow gets a touchdown, makes it 12-7. The Dolphins get the ball with 2.5 minutes to go, and somehow Denver gets the ball back, and Tebow drives it down for the winning score, and they win 14-12. It's uncanny. How about against the Bears? Sorry again about the Bears. How about the Bears? When the Bears running back doesn't go out of bounds, and the clock keeps running, he goes out of bounds. He goes out of bounds, stops the clock. Denver ends up getting the ball back, and Tebow drives it down for the winning score. It's just crazy.
Problem is, and where we give John Elway accolades for being the player, we can't give him the accolades as the GM because John Elway had no patience and wanted a gunslinger at quarterback and not a smart, cognitively aware quarterback. So
yeah,
I mean that's on Elway.
Linebacker says AFC West will only have one team in the playoffs. Well, right now, currently the Chargers are sitting number 6 or 5.
So
right now.
So hey, you know what?
Jaguars are 4.
Linebacker. I have said my dream is I hope that all 4 teams from the AFC West make the playoffs one year. I know Bill doesn't like that. If only one team makes the playoffs, as long as it's our Broncos, I'm fine with that.
Well, right now it's sure looking good. Okay. Let's move on real quick, man.
On the Texans and the Jags. Well, it's going to be we beat the Texans, and
we got to play the Jaguars in a couple weeks.
Not this week, next week, I think we play.
Right. Yeah.
So it's the Jags and the Texans. I haven't seen a quality win from them yet. I've seen good wins, but not quality wins. I'm not counting Kansas City as a quality win because Kansas City's on the.
Yeah. New person in the chat tonight. Joshua says Giants are.
Well,
San Francisco Giants he's talking about, I think.
Oh, well, no, if you're talking
talking about New York Giants.
Well, if you're talking about the New York Giants, Joshua, I agree. You've got a disease on your team. It's called Russell Wilsonitis, and that's what happens.
Yeah. There you go. Linebacker says the Giants actually have a damn good team. The situation is bad. You can't have a leaderless team. There you go.
Well, linebacker, let me ask you this, and I asked this to Calvin also, and I didn't see a response. Do you think the firing of the head coach was justified? I did not think he should have been fired.
Ooh.
He was definitely putting some momentum together. I think the general manager should have been fired and probably will get fired after the end of the season. And you froze.
I know. I'll be back in a minute. Right there. Linebacker has a great question. Who was a head coach when Tebow was quarterback? Was that Vance Joseph?
No.
Was that Vic Fangio?
No.
Who was that? Who was the head coach? That's a good one.
I want to say it was the former quarterback who.
Well, not Kubiak. It wasn't Kubiak.
Wasn't Kubiak?
No. Kubiak was only a head coach that one time with Peyton Manning won Super Bowl 50. That was it. I believe. Oh, McDaniels. McDaniels was a head coach.
Or no?
No, he drafted him. McDaniels drafted Tim Tebow, so he's a head coach.
Oh, it wasn't John Fox?
Oh, it could have been both. Because Tebow was there for a year and a half. So it could have been. It could. You know what? I think it was McDaniels who drafted him. Then I believe Elway fired him as a GM, and then had John Fox, and John Fox was one. You're right. It was John Fox. You're right. It was. Good call, man. Yeah, it's a good call. Good question. Speaking of Mike Shanahan and head coaches, or we were speaking of Mike Shanahan earlier, but speaking of head coaches, Mike Shanahan cannot catch a break at all. Cannot catch a break. Well, for that matter, the Denver Broncos can't catch a break for anybody getting into the Hall of Fame lately. This is, to me, I'm going to go nuclear on this one because I don't agree with the person that was put in place of Mike Shanahan. And it's because he is still coaching. I thought you had to be retired. Okay, here we go. Former Broncos head coach Mike Shanahan got snubbed again by the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Shanahan was a semifinalist, but was pushed aside in favor of Bill Belichick? Seriously? Oh, hold on a second. It gets worse. Patriots owner Robert Kraft is now also a finalist as a contributor. All right, NFL, enough of your conspiracy. All right, enough of your love and your kissy huggy smoochy of the Patriots. All right, enough. Bill Belichick is still coaching in the NFL. No, but he's still coaching. It doesn't matter. You have to be retired. What if he comes back? What if an NFL team calls him and says, "Hey, we want you to be the head coach of the Giants. We want to be the head coach of the Raiders. We want you," and he comes back. What if he does come back? What if it's money that he can't refuse? He never said he was retired from the NFL. He just stepped away from the Patriots, but he never officially retired. How in heaven's name can he be a candidate for the Hall of Fame? And not only that, you have to be retired 5 years. How is this even possible? The Hall of Fame is it's totally slanted towards their favorite teams. It's totally slanted towards their favorite teams. That's what it is.
And as I have said, the Hall of Fame and all the media, they only think that football exists east of the Mississippi River. Nothing exists west of the Mississippi River. So I just for Shanahan not to get any respect. Am I surprised? No. Am I angry? Yeah. Am I going to do anything about it? You know what? You will get in one day, Shanahan. Promise.
But the thing is he going to get in like Pat Bowlen did, where either he doesn't even know what's going on or he's not even alive anymore? That's just wrong. Real quickly, guys, before we move on, let's take Mike Shanahan's career as a Broncos head coach. Look at his tree line. His son is coaching in the NFL. He's doing quite well. Okay, taking the 49ers to the Super Bowl. All right. You got John Lynch, who Mike Shanahan coached on the Broncos. Did he not? Was it Shanahan? Or maybe it was Bass Shanahan. But anyways, because John Lynch was on the Broncos for a short time. Anyways, look at Shanahan. Shanahan coached John Elway. He won back-to-back Super Bowls. He constantly went to the Super Bowl as head coach. He had Wade Phillips as a defensive coordinator. He mentored Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips was a head coach at one time. So you see the Shanahan tree, and yet he doesn't get any respect. I just don't understand. And people say, "Oh, well, you got to be a winning head coach, or you got to win Super Bowl." Well, he's done all of that. He's done all of that. What more do you want him to do? Stand on his head and do a cartwheel or something? I mean, what the heck? I don't understand what more he needs to do to get in the Hall of Fame. Other than one thing in my mind that may keep him out. not keep him out, but the reason why he's delayed. The NFL just doesn't like him because of the whole Al Davis Raider situation. What does that got to do with anything? Isn't it based on what you've done on the field between the white lines? What you've done with your organization? Doesn't that count? Oh, no. It's got to be petty stuff. It's got to, you don't like these guys. You treated the Raiders wrong. Bull crap. I'm sick and tired of this stupid, childish games. Put the guy in the hall where he deserves. I can't say anymore, Spence. You got to take it.
You know what? And I'm just going to go to the chat because I'm torn. The heart wants Shanahan to get there. But you know what? Josh, linebacker, you had a great comment here. Shannon only went to 2 Super Bowls as a head coach. Well, there's other head coaches who have gone to 2 Super Bowls who have made the Hall of Fame. Dick Vermeil. So,
oh, I got a better one than that. How about the head coach of the freaking Wagners that ended up, what was his name? Air Coryell. Don Coryell. He never went to a Super Bowl. And he's in the Hall of Fame.
I know, but it's so political in the National Favoritism League. Sorry, my neighbor here is revving his car up.
Mm-hmm. I can't hear it. It's okay.
Okay,
we can't hear it.
But it's one of those things that honestly I'm not overly worried about. Oh, come here, Brando. Are you okay? Are you scared?
Oh,
are you scared? Are you scared of the guy?
Don't like loud noises.
Are you okay? What do you say to
okay.
Bill? You okay?
It's okay. It's okay because he's licking. Okay, I agree with that linebacker. He was a pioneer in his day. That's fine and dandy. I get it. That's okay, and that's great. But every era, every generation has their own pioneers, so to speak, or what they do. Mike Shanahan put in that. What was that offensive line that they kind of outlawed now? You can't do where the crack back, where you could switch one way and then the guys behind you would come behind and hit the guys backwards. You can't do that now. I forget what they call it, but Shanahan was one that orchestrated that and put that in there. So there's certain things I just don't like the way the NFL treats the Patriots. They love the Patriots. That's the thing.
You know what? Shanahan has the resume to go into the Hall of Fame, but and linebacker, you bring up a good point here where Don Coryell was a pioneer. What is it that Shanahan did that made a substantial impact to the NFL?
Why does that have any? Why does that have any bearing?
But that's what these media personnel are. That's what these media personnel and these voters do at the Hall of Fame. Did Mike Shanahan make a significant input or significant stance or significant position to worthy himself to be in the Hall of Fame? Well,
let me ask you this. It took Terrell Davis a month of Sundays to even get considered to be in a Hall of Fame, yet he had a 2,000-yard season. So you talk about what impact did you make to the contribution? 2,000-yard season, league MVP, Super Bowl MVP, and oh, by the way, he's the only running back in NFL history, even to this day, only running back in NFL history to have 100 or more yards rushing in every single playoff game he's ever played in, including the Super Bowl. And it took him all that time to get into Hall of Fame. Oh, but Gale Sayers can make it in a Hall of Fame. And he didn't do any of that.
Because Chicago is east of the Mississippi River.
There you go. I know. That's what I'm saying.
It's just, you've got to be, to really be a Hall of Famer, you have to do two things. You have to make a significant imprint on the football world, and you have to be in a city that gets glamour and recognition above and beyond anything else. So
yeah, I
yeah.
know.
Anyways,
No, yeah, you're right. Linebacker, yes. Boss Hog, TD did he did get in the Hall of Fame, but it took forever. He should have been in right away, but he wasn't. He got passed over and passed over and passed over. So, anyways,
Damian, as a Raiders fan, have lived in Denver for 10 years now, so I'm happy the Broncos are winning the division this year.
well, come on over to the good side, man.
Come
over.
hither. You know what? We appreciate you, but hey, we respect you. As long as the AFC West wins, we appreciate it. Hopefully, you're going to be going down to Vegas to watch the game's in Denver, right?
No, it's in Vegas.
Are you going to go down to Vegas, make the trip over the 70, down the 15 to Vegas to watch the game, Damian? Let us know.
There you go. All right. Okay. This is interesting. Roger Goodell, the commissioner of our loved NFL. The NFL League and Commissioner Roger Goodell is considering changing the holiday schedule. Oh, what does that mean?
Oh, yeah.
On Thanksgiving, it's always been Dallas and Detroit with home games, respectfully. Now, could that change? He's not saying they're going to change a Dallas or Detroit home game. That's always been, but there are changes. Here we go. Roger Goodell said, and I quote, are you ready for this? This means a lot. Roger Goodell said, and I quote, we're going to look at everything. That means that Dallas and Detroit may be kicked out of Thursdays or Thanksgiving days like it's been for ever since I was a kid. I mean, I totally remember that. It always used to be Washington and Dallas. Anyways, I continue, still quoting. I would expect there will be changes going forward. End quote. They are looking at adding a second Black Friday as well as a possible, this is interesting, as well as a possible Friday, Saturday, and Sunday games in the last 2 to 3 weeks of the season. Wow. Now, my thought is this. Traditionally, I've always known Dallas and Detroit to be on Thanksgiving. Detroit was always coming on at 10 o'clock in the morning, Dallas coming on at 2. They've changed the time a little bit this year. It came on at, I believe, 10:30 and 1:30. Okay, that's okay. That's fine. But taking out Dallas, taking out Detroit, I grew up with them as a kid. Does that mean that I don't want to see them on Thanksgiving? Well, yes and no. Traditionally, I would like to keep it the way it is. But as a Bronco fan, I would love to see Denver have a home game on a Thanksgiving or a Vikings home game on a Thanksgiving or, a meaningful game that has implications to the AFC West. When you got Dallas and Detroit, you don't necessarily have the implications because they're probably going to be playing their own division or a team within their conference. But we did have who we have Thanksgiving at night? Kansas City? No, we had Baltimore and Cincinnati. That
Baltimore
was
and
crazy.
Cincinnati.
That was a crazy. But see, that had implications to the AFC. So that was a great game. I enjoyed watching that game. I couldn't believe Cincinnati won that game, to tell you the truth. But I know you bet and won. But the thing is, I'm trying to say is do I like that? Okay, that's okay. Now, the Friday. They're talking about making a game Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, obviously Sunday, but Friday, Saturday. But listen to this. That means it would be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and maybe Monday. What are we going to have Sunday during the day? 2 games? Because everybody else is playing the other days? I mean, I don't. Is it too saturated? Is it going to be too? I don't know. Just overly saturated. I know the NFL loves to promote it's business, and that's all well and good. But sometimes too much of a good thing can cause you to turn away because you just don't have enough time, especially if you're doing it the last 3 weeks of the season when you're around Christmas time, you're around New Year's time, you got the college bowl games. I just think it's going to be too much. I really do. What do you think, Spence?
No, and you want to know something? Well, let's start with Thanksgiving first. We have all grown up knowing it's going to be Detroit and Dallas. And now we've got another game on Thanksgiving. That's fine. You got Detroit, we all believe in traditions. And there's nothing wrong with having Detroit and Dallas playing on Thanksgiving. And then the night game be another opportunity for more teams. Leave that alone. You know what? Linebacker, you stole my flair. Black Friday is college football rivalry day. You know what? USC, UCLA at one time would play there. Arizona State was always prominent on that. Oregon State. Leave it alone. I know Roger wants to try to spread it out and get more, but what you do is, but when you try to get more days, you're taking people away from opportunity. What makes the NFL so unique is it's on 1, maybe 2, maybe at the most 3 days a week. That should be it. Don't oversaturate. Don't keep having us have games and games and games. Let us live our lives. I mean, baseball is on every single night. Do you think we can watch every single baseball game? No. We watch what we can.
You pick and choose.
I would say this. If the NFL wants to try to do it like the last week of the season, to not conflict with college football, or do it on a week when you're not conflicting with college football, okay. Make that agreement, something around Christmas time where you're playing on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but you conflict with the bowl season. There is an issue here that I know Roger Goodell is trying to expand and get more attention and everything. But when you try to expand when you're not ready, then what you're going to do is oversaturate your product. And then what's going to happen is, oh, we're on Friday night. Well, Friday night, people are doing other things. The sponsors are expecting.
Well, wait. We're on Friday night, dude. What are you trying to say?
No, what I'm trying to say is people are doing other things, like watching our show on Friday night, not watching the NFL game. Jeez. Really?
Wow. I'm like, dang, don't kill our show, dude. Don't kill our show.
I'm not killing our show, but I'm just saying what makes the NFL so unique is Sunday is their day. Sunday. Now you're trying to go into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You're taking the uniqueness and the specialness of Sunday. What's going to happen to the Red Zone channel? We're going to have 2 games on, and we're going to go. People aren't going to watch Red Zone.
Well, so Red Zone is only on Sunday, from what I understand. And you know what? And lately, Red Zone with the buys, the games on Thursday, the games on Friday, Black Friday, the game on Monday. The Red Zone this past Sunday had 6 games in the morning and only 3 in the afternoon. It's like it's almost like the Red Zone's going to go away because there's just not enough games to watch.
Exactly. So I understand what Goodell wants to try to do is try to have more visual of his more days of the week. But then you remove the uniqueness of Sunday from the fans. So
absolutely, and that's why Jim says I only watch NFL games on Sunday.
Yeah,
there you go. Well, unless Denver's playing on a Thursday.
But let's be honest, if you want to have games on a Friday, you're taking away from college football. You're taking away from high school. There's always been a gentleman's agreement between the NFL and college not to interfere, and especially high school, not to interfere with that aspect on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yep.
If Goodell does this, you're basically telling the rest of football, you know what? The NFL is more important than you guys.
Yeah, and that's you can't do that, man.
You can't
You can't slight the high school, because without high school players, you don't have college players. Without college players, you don't have pro players. So you can't do that. Speaking of Colorado teams, this is fascinating. This is absolutely fascinating. I never knew this. The 3 Colorado pro teams that play in the month of December are the Broncos, the Avalanche, and the Nuggets. All 3 of them had a combined 28 wins out of 31 games in the month of November, which was the best month for any city in sports history. 28 wins out of 31 games. And here it is broken down. Avalanche went 11-0-2. Let me clarify that. The 2 overtime losses don't count as regulation losses because you get a point. So that's thrown out. So the overtime losses don't count in this equation. Okay. Avalanche 11-0-2. Broncos 4-0. Nuggets 11-3. Adds that up to 28-3. That is insane. The best record by 3 major teams that play in the month of November in the history of sports. That is absolutely remarkable. And of course, the Avalanche decided, well, you know what? Screw that. We got it for the month of November, so screw that. We're just going to screw it up for December. And they probably lost to the Islanders last night 6-3.
But that was a great brawl they had at the end of the game there.
I know.
Anyways,
Well, that's because they were pissed off because they freaking got beat. Because Avalanche had only lost 1 game up at that point, obviously, and Islanders had lost 10. And that I'll tell you what, the Avalanche just looked like garbage last night. They couldn't do anything right. But that I have to give it up to that goalie of the Islanders. He was standing on his head, figuratively and literally, and stopping everything in sight. Point blank shots, everything. Hey. Victor and I, what's going on? Cheers, fellas. Go Broncos. Absolutely. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Hang on.
What's that?
Dad just texted and he said, we are at, hang on here. Dad just said, we're at a local cocktail party and we have you guys on the big screen TV and people are watching you. Dr. Lennon is a big fan. Dr. Lennon, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. Thank you. Absolutely. Wow, that's so cool, man. We have to have your dad as general manager of the show. He's doing a great promotion, man.
Hey, and he's in Colorado, so he's promoting Colorado.
Nice. Love it.
So Dr. Lennon, thank you for hosting my parents tonight. Really appreciate you. We'll give you a shout out. And Dad, text us right now as you're doing right now. What is Dr. Lennon a doctor of?
That's so cool, man. That is so cool. Linebacker U wants to know, is Rod Smith the greatest wide receiver in Broncos history?
Oh.
How about DT? He was the quickest to 6,000 yards, but he didn't play as long as Rod Smith, obviously.
Dr. Lennon is an ophthalmologist. He's into eyes. So,
nice.
Dr. Lennon, thank you so much for being a part of our show.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, man. Really, really do appreciate it.
And by the way, Thomas, we're always listening to the chat. We're always part of the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he is a Broncos fan. All right.
Nice.
What's your beer or drink of choice that you're enjoying right now during the show, Tyler or Thomas?
Well, it's Thomas Tyler.
Tyler.
You got it. You got it right there. All right. And then, like I say, every week when it gets to this point, each and every one of you in the chat and listening wherever you may be, I know you are excited to know the last 2 topics of the show.
Well, my wife's happy.
Yeah. That's for sure, man. That's for sure. God, what is wrong with this chair? Okay, there we go. All right. Here is the next to the last topic of the show. The Denver Broncos are just the second team in NFL history to win 4 straight games by 3 points or less. They're only the second team in NFL history. NFL history has been going along since what? The Broncos have been around since 1960. And I know that the Packers, the Bears, those kind of teams have been around a lot longer. So only the second team in NFL history to win 4 straight games by 3 points or less. Here are those games, in case you forgot. Last Sunday, we beat Washington by 1 point, 27-26. Oh, wait a minute. Brad says, great stream. What was that? Great stream tonight, guys. Catch you next time. Love you guys. Thanks so much, Brad. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for your kind words. Absolutely. We'll catch you next week. Washington, we beat Washington by 1 point, 27-26. We beat Kansas City Chiefs by 3 points, 22-19. We beat the Vegas Raiders, who were playing this Sunday. Well, this was a squeaker, 10-7. That was crazy. That was Thursday night game.
Yep.
And then before that, we beat Houston by 3 points, 18-15. Now, if the Broncos beat the Raiders by 3 points or less this coming Sunday, we're in the record books for 5 straight. Are you hoping for a 5 straight, or do you want a blowout?
No, you know what? I don't care how we win. I just want to win. And if it's by 3 points, if it's a blowout, if my blood pressure medicine, I have to triple it, that's fine. Look, the karma.
Don't overdose, dude. Jeez.
I'm out of my medication. My hydrochlorothiazide. Oh boy. Yep. Anyways, but this is a great thing that we have right now. We have the mojo to win. We're playing with fire like crazy right now. But as I said, we play down to our competition. We play up to our competition.
Which scares me for this Sunday's game.
Scares me for this Sunday's game, and I will look at the point spread here.
7.5.
7.5.
Yep. And we were favored by, I believe, 7 or 7.5 against Washington. Beat them by 1.
No, we were favored by 5.5.
Okay, and beat them by 1.
Beat them by 1.
That's scary.
I will say this: it doesn't matter how you win; it's getting the W. And it helps the momentum of this team. It helps the chemistry of this team. It helps the culture of this team. Yes, we don't want to be in a situation where the Raiders are up by 10 points and we have to come back in the fourth quarter to scramble.
Tebow time.
What concerned me about the Washington game, as I said earlier, we played great in the first 3 quarters, having first 5 drives, we had a punt, 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals. Mm-hmm. After that, we had interceptions and punts in the fourth quarter. As I said before, this was the first fourth quarter that we got outscored since week 3.
Yeah. So,
and was that because we had a week off and we lost our momentum? Possibly. Is it because we weren't well prepared for Washington on defense? Possibly. Now we're back into a rhythm. Okay, we played Sunday. We're going to have a full week of regular scheduled practice. Then we're going to be playing the Raiders on Sunday. Let's see if we can get this momentum back. I want to see us come out and make a statement, not a nervous wreck statement, a statement.
What's the crowd look like? What do you think the crowd's going to look like? 2/3 Broncos, half and half, 1/3 Broncos. Half and half.
Yeah, that's.
Why is my dog barking?
That's a fun I would say that's a good drive, but of course there's snow over this I-70. I've been following it. I was going to try to visit my parents for Thanksgiving, but there was a forecast of snow over the I-70, so I couldn't drive up there. I love driving that I-70 route.
Now,
Bottom line is,
linebacker U is a Raiders fan for life, and he says he believes Denver will win by 21. I can't go there. In fact,
I cannot go there.
You guys might be shocked by my score, but anyways, we will get there in just a minute.
Linebacker. What the Broncos do is they keep us in the edge of our seat like a good film. They keep you waiting for that next little traumatic pause or that next little special situation.
Well, that's what Victor Lap says right here. He says we're called the cardiac Broncos now because our heart's always pounded.
Oh yeah,
every fourth quarter, man.
1, 2, 7, 20, 60. My pulse isn't that bad yet, but let's just see what happens. The best thing is we want to see a complete game from this team, both on offense and defense.
Absolutely.
And Jay Weaver jumping in here.
Hey, Jay, what's going on, man?
Hope you all had a great holiday. Harvey is due for his first 100-yard game this week. You know what? I hesitate, Jay, and here's why. Harvey doesn't see the hole and have faith that it's going to be there. Harvey, what really worries us the most about Harvey is he's going to go between the tackles or go in the 5-hole or 6-hole or 7-hole or 8-hole, and he's going to go there and he doesn't see the hole and he's going to try to jump outside and he's going to lose yardage. Until he has confidence to go in between the 1-hole, the 3-hole, the 5-hole, the 7-hole, between the tackles and hit the hole, he's going to not be able to get 100 yards. I hope he can do it, but if he tries to push outside and run around the outside, the Raiders have the speed on the outside to bring him down for a loss.
First prediction for this Sunday's game comes in courtesy of Victor Lap. Says 27-16 Broncos. Okay, a little bit more confident than me. The only reason why I give my prediction score of what it will be, or what I think it will be, or at least what I've said, is because of how the game went when they played in Denver. The game was 10-7 in Denver, and it was as close as the end result was. It really was. It was an ugly, ugly game. Wow, linebacker said 24-3 Broncos? Holy smokes, dude. Put the pipe down. 24-3. Wow. I don't see that. That's
coming from a Raiders fan. That's a Raiders fan.
I do have some very valuable information that came in literally 7 minutes before the show. All right? You ready for this? 7 minutes before the show, this I was notified of. Defensive end, Max Crosby, knee injury, limited on Wednesday, did not practice Thursday, did not practice Friday, questionable for Sunday against Denver.
Can I translate?
Go ahead.
Hey, we want you to get healthy for the next season. So why don't you take the rest of the season off and let the defense do what they want to do so we can lose the game and get a better draft pick.
Can you believe that? Knee injury, limited on Wednesday, did not practice Thursday or today. Questionable for Sunday. That means he's not playing.
Getting moved? Ooh.
Getting moved where?
Moved to a different team? I hope not.
Why not? He could come to Denver. We'll take him.
Yeah, we'll take him. Hey, you
come
want
on, man? Oh, maybe he's moving houses and he just can't play on Sunday. Hey, that's my moving day. I got to move. That's my moving day. I mean, but can you believe it? Did not practice Thursday and Friday? Him and the big contract getting traded.
Well, they would never trade him to the Broncos. So, but
there could be a three-way deal.
No, they would never trade him to the Broncos.
No, I'm saying there could be a three-way deal. He gets traded to
Dolphins.
Dolphins trade him to Denver. Dolphins don't care. It's happened before, dude.
But if this is,
I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know. But what I read you is absolutely factually true. That came from the Raiders on the website, came from the Raiders injury report.
Whoa, sources say he's going to Detroit and going to play with, who is their big Aiden? No. Is it Aiden? The guy they drafted.
Okay, wait a minute. If he didn't practice, because let's just hypothetically say he's getting traded. That doesn't work with the NFL. You can't sit a guy just because you're going to trade him. There has to be an injury. So is there really a knee, or are they making that up?
And it's Hutchinson. Yeah. Thank you, linebacker. I think it honestly, I think it's made up to just tell him, hey, you know what? Take the rest of the season off. Just go relax. Go enjoy.
I know he was pissed off last week when they wanted to beat the freaking Wagoners. And for those of you who don't know why I call them the Wagoners, because they got fans. Excuse me. They have wagon fans who jump on when they win, jump off when they lose. So the whole team's Wagoners because they don't really have a fan base. Anyways, that being said, he was pissed off. He was playing his heart out to try and win that game, and nobody else on the Raiders cared. Yeah, and he was getting angry, and he was mad. I watched again, guys. I'm not a Charger fan, I'm not a Raider fan, I'm not a Chiefs fan. I watched the AFC West because I want to know what we're up against. Okay, that's why. So, anyways,
it'd be interesting to see what would the Raiders take as a trade from Detroit. I mean, you're going to want at least 2 first-round draft picks because Detroit's going to be near the bottom half of the first round. So, going to be interesting if they do. But
I have not heard any of that.
Yeah, but I got a feeling they're just telling him, you know what, take the rest of the season off. We're going to rebuild in the off season. You're an integral part of the team. But if he's going to be traded, or if he has privately requested a trade.
Now, does that mean that the Raiders are now on a fire sale?
Oh, I think they've been on a fire sale.
Really? But they acquired players. They acquired that wide receiver. He originally played for Seattle, I believe, or whatever. They acquired him. What is his name? T.Y. Higgins. He didn't play for Seattle, but anyways. Pete Carroll's lost the team in the game. Bad hire. Plus, if Chip Kelly's offense didn't work in Philly or San Francisco, why would it work now? Yeah, that's from linebacker. There you go.
Yeah, and I had mentioned. It's funny. I had mentioned about 2 weeks ago. You know, the Raiders got to move on from Chip Kelly. Guess what happened? He got fired right after.
Hey, maybe they listened to our show. Maybe they watch it.
Raider fans, believe in Pete Carroll, but go out and find an offensive genius to work with him.
Yeah. No doubt. Speaking of the Broncos, speaking of the Raiders, this is the last topic of tonight's show. It's called Broncos Raiders Preview. Here it is. The Denver Broncos 10-2 traveled to Vegas to play the Raiders 2-10 in a divisional game with major implications. Denver needs this game to take control of home field throughout should there be a tie with New England in wins and losses. Broncos would own the tiebreaker due to I've got it over here. Due to Denver holds a tiebreaker based on common opponents.
Yep.
We would have swept the Raiders, therefore common opponents, we would have one up on them. Denver's currently favored, like I mentioned earlier, by 7.5 points. Now, that being said, Raiders always play us tough. It's a divisional game. It's in Vegas. Do the Raiders lay an egg? Now that we know about Max Crosby, that is major implications towards the benefit of Denver. That also means, do the Broncos then look at that and take the game lightly? If so, heaven forbid. You cannot take this game lightly. It's a divisional game. It's a must win. You have to have it because you've got the Wagoners playing the Eagles on Monday. The Chiefs, I don't know who they're playing, but Chiefs are playing Sunday. Chiefs are playing Houston. So you got to go for Houston. We got to go for Philadelphia. And that being said, if the Broncos win this game, we hold a juggernaut on the AFC West. But more importantly, we then jump over New England by virtue of a tiebreaker and take over the number 1 overall spot. Spence, a lot of people have said number 1 overall spot doesn't matter to them. Talking about fans, not players. Talking about fans. Overall doesn't matter. Oh, BS, it doesn't matter. Because if you have to play 3 games to get to the Super Bowl instead of 2, what's the better odds? Better odds is home field advantage throughout, 2 games at home, potentially, easier road to the Super Bowl. In your opinion, Spence, is this a must win for Denver going forward in the last 5 games of the season?
I think this is a must statement win. I'm really torn between, and I look at this from a spread perspective. If the story is correct that that linebacker you has said that Max Crosby is not going to play, that's going to change everything, because I had my prediction for the game of 17-10 Broncos, the spread being 7.5.
I didn't say my prediction, but I'll say that at the end when you're. Go ahead.
But I will tell you right now, if Max Crosby is not playing, then I'm going to change my prediction to 28-9 in favor.
What was it originally?
17-10 Broncos.
Okay. Close to mine.
I think the Broncos definitely win this game. Home field is a substantial goal for these guys. They don't have to travel and don't have to get it. And think about everybody who would have to come to you. Baltimore, if they get in, who has been a nemesis of us, they would have to
5280 altitude, mile high altitude.
There you go. Buffalo, who kicked our you-know-whats last year, they would have to come to us. Patriots, with all their momentum, they would have to come to us. Mm-hmm. Houston, if they got in, Jacksonville, if they got in, they would have to come to us during the winter season to see us. Pittsburgh, if they got in with all their bad momentum, they would have to come to us. Everybody would have to come to Denver. And you do not want to go to Mile High in the middle of winter and try to beat this defense.
That's right.
This is a must win for the Broncos to put themselves in a better position. And if things work out the way I hope it works out, we could have a 3-game lead in the AFC West with 4 games to go. But still, we have to push and keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. Right now, I'm going to stick with my prediction of 17-10 Denver until it's official that Max Crosby is not playing for the Raiders. If he's not playing, I'm changing my prediction to 28-9 Broncos.
All right. Real quick before I get mine. Linebacker said, not a must win. No AFC is going to run away with the record. We're not talking about running away. We're talking about getting that number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Victory Lap follows up by saying, if we get the number 1 seed, we're winning it all. I don't know about that.
Be careful.
Let's pump the brakes. Pump the brakes a little bit, Victor. Now, I love your enthusiasm. I love your passion. But let's just take one game at a time. Pump the brakes a little bit, and let's just see where we go. I agree with the number 1 seed. Obviously goes to the best record, but if it's a tie between Denver and New England, Denver owns the tiebreaker by common opponents. we would have beaten the Raiders twice, where they only beat them by one. They only beat them once, so therefore we.
No. New England lost to the Raiders on
They
opening
lost
day.
it. But we already beat the Raiders, so why is this game important to? Oh no, it's not that. It's we would jump ahead of them, common opponents and overall conference. That's why it's conference.
Well, no, the conference record would be the same. It's the common opponents, and you don't want a situation where they're 0-1 against the Raiders. We're 1-1.
Oh, got it.
Let's be 2-0 against the Raiders and have that dominance, so that you don't go to the next tiebreaker.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, right. Because we play them twice and they only play them once, so you have to throw out one of those games, which is the win.
Victory lap. I have so many of my friends who are Rams fans who keep saying the same exact thing. My buddies Bill, Chris, and Brett Elder, they have been telling me this all season. It's going to be Rams and Broncos in the Super Bowl. Hey, I like how the Rams are playing. They had a little hiccup going to Carolina. I don't think they were ready for that game. But the Rams,
was a shocker. Wow.
That was a shocker. But if the Rams can get home field advantage or even have the 2 seed, I still think they're going to be making big strides going into the NFC playoffs.
All right. You said 17-10. You're holding fast to that until you find out about Max Crosby.
Yes.
I say the Broncos will be the only team in the NFL history to win 5 straight games by 3 points or less. I have the Broncos 17 and the Raiders 14. That's what I have it, because we won 10-7. So let's just up it a little bit, make it 17-14. That's my prediction. Broncos go in the record books as the only team with 5 straight 3 points, winning by 3 points or less. Hold on now. Patriots are due to run out of gas. Very young team with injuries right now of important start. Well, you know,
you can't rely
on they're doing it with smoke and mirrors, but they also have an easy schedule. Look at their division. You got Miami, blah. You've got Buffalo not doing good, and you have the Jets. Yeah, really? Come on. But who's doing good playing in their division? That's 6 wins right there.
But hang on one sec. They have to face Baltimore in Baltimore, and they have to play Buffalo at home. Those 2 games are going to be telling them a lot. Yeah,
and guess who we got? We have here the last 5 games, guys, goes like this, right? Raiders road. Next week, Green Bay in Denver. Followed by Jacksonville in Jacksonville. Followed by the Chiefs Christmas Day in Kansas City. And then we end up at home against the Wagoners. You think those are easy games? Sure. Patriots may have 2 hard games. We got 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. We got the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Jaguars, and the Packers. I mean, Raiders could beat us for all I know. I mean, any given Sunday, any team can win. Let's just hope it's not this Sunday. Oh, God, that would be embarrassing. But I'm just saying, guys, it's going to come down. I've said this all year long. Hey, Y.A. Diddy says, what's up? Do you remember me? Yeah, I remember you, man. What's happening? Glad you're in the chat, man. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Really do appreciate it. Anything can happen. I've said all year long, I've said it's going to come down to the last game of the season. Why? Because it's at home. It's against an AFC West opponent. It's against a team that is a number 2 seed behind the Broncos right now in the AFC West. That's why it's going to come down to that. That's why I need the Eagles to beat them this coming Monday so that we have a bigger gap. Please, Philadelphia, please. I'm going to wear green on Monday. I'm wearing green all Monday. Please win. Anyways. All right. Can you say hi to my little brother, Lucanus? Lou who? Lucanus?
I'll let you get.
I don't get it.
You said it. You said it.
Okay, Lucene. Okay. I guess. I don't know what that means.
Nice try, turd. You're not getting me. But thank you for being a part of the show.
Yeah. I don't know. I get it.
Bill is the opposite of optimistic. Well, that's Bill.
I'm not. Oh, God. All right, guys. You got to understand. If you've ever watched any of our shows, you've ever seen me on the neighborhood, whatever the case may be, I live in the moment. If the Broncos are trailing like they were against the Giants 19-0 going in the fourth quarter, there's nothing that's told me we're going to win that game. We're down 19-0. The Giants are kicking our butt. We have done nothing to deserve a win. We have to score 3 touchdowns just to be ahead. We end up winning 33-32 because we got 33 points in the fourth quarter. Never saw that coming. How is that not being optimistic? I can't say, oh, yeah, no problem, guys, because what that does to me personally is I sit back and just go, okay, great, no problem. All right, okay, we got a chance. No, I'm a person of energy, of passion, of, if you guys can't tell, I'm that energized guy. I'm the guy that just right there in the moment. I watch the game. I cheer. I go nuts. I go crazy. I get down when we lose. I don't go ballistic. I don't take it out on my wife. No, after the game's over and if we lose, I'm like, oh, God, that was tough. And I walk away. I go over, pick up my dog, hug my dog, kiss my wife, go out and have a barbecue. That's what I am. But in the moment, I am passionate. I'm energized, and I've got that moment status. I don't say what if. I don't say, oh, we should have. No, because I can't change that. There's nothing I can do to change that. I can't jump on the field and say, excuse me, guys, move out the way. I got this. Not happening. All I can do is cheer. I can feel the emotion. I can be there with them. That's why I say we, because I feel what they're going through. Not 100% of what they're going through, but emotionally, I feel that. I feel what I feel, and I'm part of that team at that moment. Do I think the Broncos can win this game? Absolutely. Do I think they can lose this game? Absolutely. We could have lost the game against the Redskins. I mean, Commanders, if we hadn't have had that block. All right, guys, thanks, linebacker. Thanks so much for being in chat. If we hadn't had Nick Benito block that 2-point conversion, could have been a whole totally different. How about going back to the Colts game with that phantom? You pushed off. You pushed off. That was no, we should have won that game, but it was a bad phantom call. Was I disappointed? Absolutely. Was I frustrated? Absolutely. Couldn't change it. Move on. All right.
So linebackers said not this year. Daniel Jones' magic has run out. Yep, I think Indy is starting to fade. Buffalo is done. I can never say they're done because they always have it. It's over for Lamar, especially how he looked. 5 turnovers against Cincinnati. KC is going to hug their trophies. Yeah, KC is done. Pats will lose in the first round. Would not surprise me because the Patriots only have 1 win against a potential playoff team, and that's Tampa Bay. All right?
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, here's the victories that the Patriots have this year. Miami, Carolina, Buffalo. Buffalo's a potential playoff team. New Orleans, Tennessee, Cleveland, Atlanta, Tampa Bay. Yeah, but that's the NFC South. The Jets, Cincinnati, and the Giants. So
you just named the 3 teams I said that they have an easy schedule with in their own division. Jets, Miami, and Buffalo.
There you go.
Buffalo's usually a powerhouse, but now for reason.
Yeah, these next 2 games for the Patriots, they're off this week.
Right. They have
I think we got Wi-Fi issues with Bill.
Patriots have a bye.
Yep.
Bye. At regular. Yeah, we're there. You're not there?
No, we're there.
Yeah, I see you're moving.
You're having a little Wi-Fi issue.
Yeah. Whatever. Okay. Anyways, we are 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2-hour show. Spence, it is time to say goodbye. So read down the important people, the all important people, the ones in the chat, and please do not forget the ones in Colorado that are watching us right now. Give a big shout out to them and thank them once again for being part of the show and watching us as well. Spence, take us home with the guys in the chat.
Chat was great tonight. First, we got to start with saying happy birthday to Julian, your grandson.
Thank you.
Anyways, happy birthday. Jack Kenna, I know you're on a different stream right now. Thank you very much. David Yonkin, appreciate you being part of the show. Levi Eli, thank you for being part of the show. God Human, supporter of the San Francisco 49ers, thank you for being a part of the show. Steve Shred, thank you for being a part of the show. Chester Marshall, appreciate you being part of the show. It's me. Thank you for your comments and being part of the show. Chewy, thank you very much for jumping in. Jimin, appreciate your comments. Rudy Torres, I hope you're feeling well. I know you were battling some stuff. Hope you're doing all right. Brad Harrigan, thank you so much for being part of the show. Zach, with your crazy prediction, but not too crazy, that the Redskins would win in 2027. Redskins, he said. That means they're coming back to that name.
I hope so.
You, thank you so much. I really appreciate all your comments. Know you're a Raider fan for life, but very insightful. Appreciate you being part of the show. Your comments were wonderful, very insightful. We hope to talk to you some more. Edwin O, thank you for being part of the show. Calvin Barrett, thank you for being part of the show. Calvin, you never answered my question about the Giants head coach. Did you think he should have been fired or not? Anyways, J36312, being a Chicago fan, thank you so much. Cairo, how you doing? Thank you so much, Cairo, for being a part of the show. Joshua, who's a Patriots fan, thank you for being a part of the show. Paul Smith, 5702, thank you for being part of the show. Damian Cole, big Raiders fan, thank you for being a part of the show. Victory Lap, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Thomas Tyler, thank you very much for being part of the show. YAD Diddy, I think I know who you are. Thank you for being part of the show. And Turd Ferguson, I know you tried, or no, it's YAD Diddy tried to get me to say that Lou name. I'm not going to say it. But Turd Ferguson, interesting name. But thank you for being a part of the show. Bill, that's everybody. Let's wrap it up.
Guys, thanks so much for being a part of the
hang on. And a very special shout out to my mom and dad and Dr. Lennon in ophthalmology up in Colorado. Thank you guys for being part of the show and watching the show as you're having a wonderful cocktail party. We appreciate you being supporters of the show and talking Broncos with us. Bill, take it away.
All right. Thanks, guys, for watching the show tonight. Really do appreciate it. First Friday of December. We're heading towards Christmas very, very fast. Guys, real quick announcement. There will not be a Broncos neighborhood this Sunday. But Dungus has family issues he has to deal with. That's not going to happen. His wife is working or doing something, so she can't be part of it. Anyways, we will not have a Broncos neighborhood this Sunday. So, guys, kick back, watch the game, enjoy it without having to hear us crazy guys talk about it. But we will be back a week from this Sunday against the Green Bay Packers. We will be doing that show unless something else comes up. Hopefully not. Guys, have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy college football Saturday and the Broncos game against the Raiders, a must win, 1 p.m. Pacific time. It's a must win. Guys, like I said, have a fantastic weekend. Till next Friday, we will see you then. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Tempo's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flame out.